Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Sandwich Stories. And today with us is our first guest, Mr. Harish Reddy, a man known as the Windows person, not Microsoft, but actual Windows. So I would like Mr. Harish to introduce himself.
Thanks, Dinesh. Thank you for that lovely intro. Yes, I'm Harish. As Dinesh said, I'm the Windows guy. Basically, helps you stay away from all your pollutions in the city. And we've been doing that for the last 4 years. And we are partnered with German brand. We basically import them to India and we provide those to us.
Wonderful. So you said UPVC, right? So we have been in the era of, steel windows, wooden windows, and now it's more towards UPVC. So how has that transition been, and in terms of technology, and what do you think is the next upcoming technology?
I think technology is something which will keep progressing. I think we all fell in the era where we've seen radios till the smart. In similar way, I think the technology in Windows is also improving day to day. And it is on a extensive option. So today you're having UPVC, and back then you had steel doors. We still have steel doors in our old Bangalore. Yes, so you have agnostic look. That is something which can never replace. Yet again, we try to replace it with advanced technology which will help clients to enjoy the benefits of these products. Let it be sound, because we have a lot of traffic in Bangalore. Sound is something which we keenly look into. Next, we have pollutants like smoke and dust and weather. This also helps keeping all these okay and have a better, healthier life inside your home. Live it. That's what we're.
It's wonderful, wonderful. So, Harish, how did you end up into this field? I mean, were you always into this industry, or did you start it by your own?
No, I was not in this industry. To a surprising point, I was part of NC's book. I worked in various types of jobs. Primarily, it was all into sales, sometimes support. We call that BPO.
Okay.
And I worked about 6-7 years in that. And then later on, worked in another company which helped me learn managerial stuff like proper sales, talking to ensuring that we do calendar management, time management effectively. And how I got into this, it was very interesting. It was me and one of my friends who were trying to collaborate on this particular piece of topic, which we were very much interested. And we tried collaborating, but unfortunately it could not. But fortunately, I was mentored by his father. And I think he's been a great mentor in helping me understand about products, or in terms of, most importantly, how disciplined you need to be as an entrepreneur, in terms of your time, dedication, and also knowledge is something which you have to be prepared with. Because every day you keep seeing something new, and we can't stick with old systems. Like we said, steel, it wasn't what did that. Moving forward. So innovation was something which I also probably learned from him. Probably exercises we were doing. Even during COVID, I think we were at home. He used to call me and saying that you won't just waste your time being at home by doing something. Probably do the search. And you made the best use of it. And knowledge is something which is inevitable. You have to learn to do your job better. That's how I ended up starting my own company. 2020, though we didn't do anything much in 2020. But 2021 is the year when we actually started ramping up our sales. Year on year, we saw growth. We have a proper factory unit, which uses all high-end machineries to manufacture your windows. We avoid manual labors or manpower to fabricate a window. We use machineries so that gives out the size.
So you said that you were mentored by a certain person. I mean, in every field, we need someone to look up to and try to follow their footsteps. So in terms of mentoring, was he the sole person who taught you about this thing, or did you have your own R&D where you researched online and stuff?
I think mentoring itself is not enough. for anybody to learn. But it will just create a path for you in terms of, okay, where you can lead with. Now that you have basic pointers in terms of what you have to look into, I think I just build upon over what I've learned, researched more. Because in India, you have limited resources. And across the globe, you have so many other competitors. Yeah. In Bangalore alone, we have about 200 applicants. So there's something to learn from everybody. Good, bad, ugly, everything. So you just need to have that. One thing I learned from him on a precise note is to have a customer's eye. He as customers tend to look at, we buy a new car, we are excited. Yeah. But we tend to miss out on certain small scratches or dents. And probably will not even think about. Okay. Probably is probably since it's put on YouTube or somebody is trying to make it a sensational about some company think that they have not done the right job. That is when customers have realized. In similar manner, I think in our industry, I have the customer. Even before anything goes out from my factory, I do the inspection and we have special team. Then we install.
Yes. No, that's great. So basically, your USP is you single-handedly take care of each and every order.
Yes. The primary USP is that I follow an industry where product and service go hand in hand, and it has to be
okay.
Because we are more of product is one thing, but if your service is not that great, when it comes to your service is categorized from the time of manufacturing or cutting the sizes, welding it, delivering it. During the transportation also you tend to, damage the goods. So we ensure that we wrap our windows and set it. So we take utmost care, and that's something we
actually quite nice to see that the owner is very much involved in the distribution part, because usually they, give it to their manpower and say that you're delivered here and here. But that's good to know that you're there with every client, taking them by the hand basically. Then it's delivered to this one.
Basically, because I like to go and engage the client, because once I have the first initial conversation with them, the only intention is to learn what exactly they need. And if we are able to cater to their pocket, we have to ensure that we are truthful to them. If it is possible, it is possible. If not, you just have to come back to them saying that, really sorry, but we have not a solution.
Okay.
So having solutions in our company's name, last name is, there is a purpose there.
So you just said that you partnered with
Harish.
So, how did that partnership come into being?
So since inception, from 2021, we tried different varieties of materials available, products available in the market. So we were trying to understand. We have a very mixed crowd here, not only in Bangalore, everywhere.
Okay.
You have people from the budget, have people who don't want to know what is there in the product. They just want to fit in them and get over things. And just to please themselves, they say that, okay, I have a window which is okay. But there are varieties of. When you break it down, there's so many elements to look into. One is the polymers which they use, and the amount of titanium dioxide which goes into it to ensure the brightness of the window. When you look at the white color, there are so many varieties of white. Okay. So when you look at different vendors or different brands, you see the whiteness shimmering different.
Okay.
One has a lot of shine, one has a lot of matte finish, there is no glossiness on it.
Okay.
The one is more brittle, you can take it with your hands. Okay. Some are more elastic in nature. So we look at all those components. So we were doing our trial and run. As in when any business goes, you will try to bring in product to meet your customer's requirement as much as possible. So back then, we were going to a client and we're saying, okay, what do you need? Okay, you need a window with this budget? I can get it. So we were trying to do that. Okay. But over the period of time, I realized the market is so diverse that you rarely find good products. And if you do, they are expensive. The problem is educating the clients. So we took that risk of upgrading ourselves and sticking to only one product rather than looking at a diverse portfolio of different brands, because you have brands from China, they have brands from India, manufactured Coimbatore, Hyderabad, everywhere. So absolutely, making your products are something which you have to promote, definitely. But there's something much more better and advanced, which are from different countries, especially European and German. So he tried to bring that in. He consulted Plus in an expo.
Okay.
That's when I fell in love with the lamination colors because that's the trend now.
Okay.
A lot of architects and even as an individual, they want to have color on their windows. So aluminum, you have numerous billions of colors. But in UPVC, you're limited in the art.
Okay.
A lot of brands, especially in the segment where I sit, they have about 6-7 colors or max to max 8 colors.
Okay.
We are the only ones standing in the market at the top. 16 lamination colors. Not only that, if you have a large order for us, if you are a builder or if you are a person with unique taste, we can always give you a color of your choice. It's just that it takes a little time to develop because the development and R&D sits in Germany. Though we have a manufacturing head extrusion unit in Gujarat, all of it comes from our head office. That's in Germany. We are a partnered fabricator with them. You can customize it.
Wonderful. So basically, you have a lot of customization and colors, which not many players in the market have that option to give to their clients.
True.
So in terms of clients, color tone and what is their taste.
Exactly. And I think sometimes we end up confusing customers with the amount of colors we have because they, the wife likes a certain laminate and the husband is looking for something more stylish and niche. But yet again, sometimes they said, okay, but we also allow them to have lamination on a single side. So we don't promote that much because it doesn't make much of a difference to your costing. You hardly save about 100, 150 rupees per square feet. That's not much compared to the entire budget of the house. You're saving about 4 to 5% of the entire budget.
Okay.
We recommend them to go for the laminate on both sides. But we give them a choice, but nobody does this, but we give them a choice in selecting the hardware. Because in hardware also, we have different brands. We have brands from India, I have brands from China, and you have, I'm not saying Chinese or Indians are bad. They're equivalently good. It is just the warranties differ. And when I say warranty, it has to be easy for a client to get a warranty claim.
Okay.
So unlike other brands where they try to send a person, they charge the client saying that, okay, visiting charge, you have to come and assess what is wrong. And 99% of the time, the customer is wrong. That is what is made. And whoever is doing the car.
Okay.
What happens at that time? The customer is stressed.
Okay.
And what we do is that we just go ahead and replace it from the date of your invoice.
Okay.
Till 5 years. We ensure the validity of that warranty is with us.
Okay.
What happens? We come with the sets of replacements. Go to the client's house, replace it, no questions asked. We take the damaged part back to us and we claim it with the company. We do the fight for it. So that's where we differentiate. And also that's the option which is available, which not a lot of them are educated about. They just say first 1 year is free of service and warranty is claimed. But actually, the warranty is for 5 years. Companies don't want to take up that service-oriented. When I was talking about brands, Indian, Chinese, and we also have options for German hardware. Yeah, it's a little heavy on your pocket. Ones with which the Indians and the Chinese products are available, it will serve the purpose absolutely great. Comes also with warranty. But if you want an extended warranty, like a 10-year warranty, that you can always upgrade yourselves to a German-based brands. We also use that only for specific, functional doors and windows. There's something called lift and slide and port. We don't use none of the hardwares we use from India or China. We use it from Germany.
So in terms of safety factor, so there are a lot of people, they try to sell a product saying this is our best. Okay. Of course, every material has its own temperature withhold. And taking into account the recent incident which happened in Bangalore where, that hookah bar caught fire. And there was whole debate that, Bangalore, most of the buildings are turning into glass windows and this one. So it's difficult for the people to get evacuated. So in terms of your product, you can give a great insight as to how your material is superior than the ones who try to say that they are better than you.
First things first, our materials, I'll break it into two parts. Our materials will never be used for facades. Because mainly these are windows. Windows, ideally, you will not see them in front of a building unless it's a residential building.
Okay.
So if it is a commercial building, it's always aluminum which goes over. Because that's a facade that has more strength. And on the sides, you'll have your regular windows. It could be aluminum wood or where they fail is because of not having the adequate safety features for fire in case of a fire. You have fire safety windows. You also have fire safety doors. So there's a differentiation there. Let me break it into three parts: aluminum, wood, and UPVC. Wood, as I said, it's a fuel to fire. That means in case of fire, you'll just ensure that there's even more. You'll feel like you're sitting in a fire. Aluminium, it will not melt until unless it has the right temperature for it to melt. Again, for that to melt, it needs thousands of degrees to melt. So in case of fire, the glass is something which will eventually break. But how will you get through it? You will end up touching or probably resting on the aluminium, which is going to be hot. Because of the fear, you'll not move in or move out. But UPVC has a lower temperature in terms of melting point. It's in the hundreds of 200 degrees Celsius, where the windows will melt and the glass will also break. So that means it's already opening a cavity for somebody to go in and go on. What happened in Koramangala is very unfortunate. Probably, our departments had to take the Children Act action on those who did not follow the rules and regulations. But we can always look into solutions. We already have solutions for fire safety in terms of glasses. We can use certain types of glasses to ensure it avoids a lot of heat in case of fire, and hardware, where you can turn the hardware and it opens up a certain space for air to be entering. All of that can be taken. But I can probably, next time I meet you, I'll give you detailed information in terms of how.
So, what is your business strategy for the next 10 years? Like, what is your plans?
Strategy is to grow digitally and also monetarily.
Okay.
Because digitally we're a little weak now, because since we're new, we are having a website coming up by end of June. The idea is to not just go viral on. The idea is to put out the right information when somebody is visiting your website. And also we will have a feature to speak with me direct. None of my sales team. I have my salesperson. I have my company's salesperson. So you can reach out to me before you put out an inquiry to have an understanding about the product. And I'm creating an application called Ality. You can set appointments with. I can plan a visit or probably on a call or a Zoom call. I can give you a brief presentation in terms of what you can expect, and also take down your requirements also, so that I can suggest some designs or specifications. We haven't worked on big projects like builders. We focus more on retail because that's where people or my clients are very much prone to having the right quality in their home. Which brings me to the point saying that in Bangalore, you have a lot of luxury projects and they end up using something from China because of cost effectiveness. They might charge you $1.5 crore. I'm pretty sure they're not using what we provide. They're using something, not saying low grade, but a substandard profile. Because by the time you move into the house, you don't have any sort of labelings, you don't have any sort of brand mention on your profiles. So that's something a lot of clients miss out on. But in case you decide that you want to have a branded window, and though you're going with the builder, see if you have an option to cancel out that portion of cost with the builder and reach out to us. We will probably provide you those windows which the builder would not provide. That's something. And there's a few more concepts which I'll probably post it on our website, like EMI options. We are also bringing in technology. We are partnered with Razorpay. We can generate payment links where you can make payments to your credit cards and you can convert that into EMIs. And also, in case you earn your cash back, you can enjoy that free of.
Great. So, in terms of digital, I mean, like, how important is a digital presence for your industry? Because for dentists, as such, we need to stay, visible for the crowd. So, I mean, does that apply to you as well, or?
Yeah, digital presence is very much required because that is where you can showcase your product. But the industry has become a little more smart. Earlier, you had details like technical information about your products posted on the website. Due to the competition which is building in India, especially, all of them have become very smart. They've taken away the technical. So they insist on you reaching out by filling a form.
Okay.
And somebody will come and meet you and show you the deep information in live rather than sending you a digital form. Yet again, we are working towards having a better visibility on the digital platform because it's important you give that information, not completely because not everybody is an engineer, neither I am an engineer. I come from a commerce background, though I've learned this. It's easy to understand. That's the information which I want to put. Visually, you'll have a video, you'll have some images of the product, and again, a cross-section of the information. So you know what is being given to you.
Okay. So in terms of technology, like Alloplast is one of your partners. How challenging is it to replicate that for an Indian market where you can use the same technology rather than partnering? If you could start something of your own with the same, because when we had a discussion, you said they have this secret mixes which is clean.
Yeah, they have their own KFC recipe. So but that's what we call it. I think it's not that difficult. You have technology to break down each and every component which goes to your window. That's basically the composition. All you need to have is some smart people around you. A good investor in your pocket who will invest in a big unit to get those exclusions. You can ideally start something. You definitely have a lot of players in India who have started it.
Okay.
It is just that the materials are locally sourced. And why we are different, we source it from the Fortune 500 as much as possible. So the market rate spike to go low, still end up buying those resources or to manufacture things. Completely international based problems.
Okay.
Resins as well. So resin rates go up, and so we still go ahead and buy from the same vendor rather than moving in from different refineries to get your polymers.
Okay. So, I mean, in terms of the competition, you said there are close to 200 competitors. Okay. So, how bad or good is the competition and how challenging is it on a daily basis for you to get in the sales for that?
Yeah, competition, especially talking about Bangalore, there are close, not 200 brands, it's just that 200 varieties of fabricators. Each come with different set of experience and vision. Okay. His vision is to just work around and give low budget profile for a client who's building a commercial building or probably a rental space. Ideally, the rental space, the owner does not want to spec because he's not going to live there.
Yeah.
Probably he'll build a penthouse for himself and he'll have an exclusive UPVC brand for him. The rest all he'll go for something on budget basis. We place ourselves in the top 10% like the fabricators in Bangalore.
Okay.
I'm not saying I belong in the top 5 when we have the masters and all. No. There are good fabricators in Bangalore as well. We're doing an excellent job. It is just that we are more focused towards providing the right product. We don't want to experiment anymore because we already researched our bit and we know what is good for our clients. And that's the trust factor which we have built so far with some of the architects to be working on an ongoing basis who keep referring us, or not because there is anything hidden. It is just pure quality and service, quality of product and the quality of service. And I ensure I am there when we're taking up that inquiry because they reach out to me and they call me first and they reach out. We have some brands in terms of fabricators. Yeah, it's a challenge because where we go ahead and pitch, there'll always be about 3 or 4 people who would have probably put up a sample also. But the quality of that particular window, we already know. So we have the brand names on back of our mind.
Okay.
So we know who is worked there in that particular region. If a particular brand is up here, it should be somebody from that. Like Bangalore is divided into four portions: north, south, west. We know from that region who's that hub. When we speak to the client and when we show our product, we try explaining it. Like, you rather, majority of the time we always receive rejections. Like, no, we've got somebody's put up a sample. It's on pass me your board piece. Lovely. I think you should go ahead. I'm so sorry, but I will not be able to provide my services, unfortunately. But only reason is because there's so many things where you can cut down on the costing, which these fabricators do. But on a longer run, you're basically not helping to have that required life of that. Of our basic elements is like reinforcement type of screws they use. Do they use SS screws? Do they use anything metal screws? Because all these components have to be taken care of, which we do. We follow a textbook fabrication. And so basically, we don't deviate from what's been told to us. We keep ourselves above standards. So that's what we emphasize more on whenever we talk. So that's something people who are in that 90% of that region which I was talking, they don't follow.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't even give you reinforcements. There's just a plastic window there, lying there. So it tends to crack. Yeah, be clean for paper. Not right. 5 years it'll work wonderful. That you'll think about it should have invested that word.
Okay. Since starting your business, sure there have been few certain good or best moments and certain bad moments. If you could give your best and your worst moment in terms of your business, what would it be?
Best moment is when we were able to sign up. We did this project on Primrose Road, that's right off FG Road. Initially, the discussions went for close to about 2 months. One of the big brands in Bangalore did the building first. It was our old Vijaya Bank on off FG.
Yeah.
They did it in the year 2020 during post-COVID times. And again, in 2022, he entered that same place. We ripped off what they did. He did the entire project. That was close to about 7,000 square feet worth of job, worth what tax. That's something which I was very proud of because we did very small jobs for that same client who was a builder. And we did smaller projects like 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. So we got ourselves the specialists because they like to call us when they're doing something unique and they want us to be there. We go there and do an excellent job. That is how we carried the relationship and we got that order as well. That was the best moment. And the worst moments, nothing I can recall of. But the worst moments is the phase when we transitioned from this regular profiles to a high-end brand.
Okay.
It was just the awareness phase where we were trying to let people know, saying that we've changed to a different brand. And a lot of questions came to us. It was like, why did you change? What is wrong? Did you provide me something wrong? No, we have done our research and you've been here. And we will still go ahead and provide you service if anything wrong goes to that particular brand. It is just that we wanted to upgrade ourselves, cater to different segment of banks. Market where we fight is not the 400, 500 range. Our market is about 600 and 700. It's just that a marginal difference. But yet again, you get that niche product which nobody can have it in a regular.
So, I mean, as a business owner, there's always going to be some challenges and struggles. Okay. So what were your main challenges when you started the business?
First things was easy to set up because it's all paperwork.
Yeah.
Order to can do that for you. What do you do after that? And it's the most challenging bit. Concepting or bringing your concept from paper to reality. There's a lot of you have to be the forefront runner to get things done. People will not do it for you. So you pay them and all of it, they'll do it at their own pace. But you getting things done is at most important. As simple as finding a place for your factory or talking to people to get negotiate and all of that. Because setting up, I'm talking about just my factory experience in terms of what I went. It was not the cakewalk because there is something hidden which you would never know. Always comes with that package. You think, okay, I'm spending about 10 lakhs, so that's about it. No, but in order to get that fulfillment of that 10 lakhs being invested there, you have something else flowing out. So you'll have to be ready to bleed some excess money out, not feel bad for it because end of the day, you've already taken a decision. So that's one thing, monetary basically. Be ready to shell out more money. And second thing is investing more time and necessary. Then bringing all of it together. The most challenging is to find the right skill people. Because that is what end of the day is going to be judged.
Yeah.
Because the product has to be going out at the right shape. If that is not right, that means you have the wrong set of people. So 95% of the time, it is all machineries doing the job for you. But you need to find those skilled people who can operate those. So if they're not knowledgeable about it, you'll definitely screw up on a larger extent. We did an extensive training for about 30 days where we were trying to perfect the windows. So we spent a good amount of 7 to 8 lakhs only on doing R&Ds, only on doing where we can improvise assets. It would be as simple as one joint, one corner. We used to do it on a regular basis. We used to train all 6-8 people at once. And we used to bring in people from a German head office to come and train these. Also, it's a language barrier for them.
Yeah.
So we have to be there because I also had to learn things. Because if I'm not right in terms of my knowledge, I don't know what I can communicate. So I also got trained. I can fabricate a window myself. If it comes to my house, I'll do that. Do the cutting, do the welding. There's a lot of process which we can definitely do. Since also we have those machineries, it's easier to do. It's like you pay for a pottery class to learn a weekend course. I can help you actually build a window for your home. It could be as small a window. It is fun, engaging, and it also is nice that you have an element of what hard work you put in your house. That's something which you can do. Thirdly, I think it's the skill labor, finding them and retaining them as a challenge. Because there's so many people around them trying to hawk them out from you. Because competition does that. Yeah. Competitors around your vicinity will try talking to them, now get their connection, pull them into their factories, their work. They will not sustain. And also it depends on how well you take care of them. That's the most expected thing for them. Whenever they have more than your problems, that they have more problems than you. And they expect you to look into it on priority. They will not bother about what, because it's all hidden away. For them, at least we need to be that person to listen to them. Then your work's easier.
So, in terms of finding the skilled labor, how was that process?
Finding skilled labor, so basically you have certain agencies. You also have government bodies who, like Polytechnic or engineering colleges, small time engineering colleges, where they give you trained resources because they have institutions in Karnataka, across India. You can always approach them if you're finding it difficult to reach out to any local sources. But ideally, once the moment you start to establish yourself, saying that I am going to do this, naturally it will come to you. There will be a lot of people who will approach you randomly saying that, sir, is there purpose? But again, is he the right candidate? You don't know. You don't have a background. So depending on agencies is better, at least for the initial stages where you know that you have the right person with you. But again, you will have to retain them. That's up to you totally in terms of how your behavioral skills are there or managing skills.
So in terms of the factory setup, is there something where, you can automate it where as to limit the laborers and keep it fully machined?
Yeah, absolutely. But for that, it needs tons of investment. And a huge amount of space and huge amount of inventory. only if you are able to do it on a large scale basis. Because my idea was not large scale. My idea was to work with retail. And retail clients, in the sense, a person who's building his house for the first time. Like he's purchased the land and he wants to build and he's reached out to an architect who's good at design. Those are the ones that are targeting. If my target was builders and developers, this is not the product I would probably be investing on. Yeah, machineries, yes. But for the product they use, I don't think the machineries deserve that particular product. So that's a dead investment. So efficiency is definitely there. For the amount of manpower with the same 10 people, I can probably manufacture about 100, 150 windows in a shift. Okay. We do about 30 windows in a shift. So that's the difference, at least 5 times. Or
So, in terms of like your scale of business, where someone comes and gives you an order, so roughly how long does it take before the client gets their windows fixed?
it all depends on the number of square feet. We measure our windows in square feet. We have a 5 feet width and 5 feet height. Multiply both, you get the 25 square window. So from the time of purchase, basically placing an order, first there is this process. You get an inquiry. We do a free visit to the client's site, take the measurements, come back. We give them a quote. Once the quote is approved and the advance is released to us, it takes about, if the stock is readily available in our warehouse, we usually keep stock. But the lamination colors are something which is on order basis because this is customized particularly for you. But it doesn't matter any. The standard color, laminate colors are there, which are fast moving. Those we keep in stock. There are about 3 to 4 colors. But the rest of the niche colors we have to place an order. For white laminates, we take about, white profiles without the laminates, we take about 3 weeks from the time of getting the advance to delivery. And for the laminations, depending on which lamination you select, 4 to 6 weeks. And ideally, this is the timeline everybody look into because we come into somebody's mind only when the plastering of the exterior is being done or started or the tile work is started. That is when they usually think about us. So that is when they usually think about us because until then they will not have requirements for windows because that after us, the interior works will happen. The toiletry equipment will start because we already provided them security. That's ideally security from not theft, not only theft, but also rain, dust, and other pollution. So that's what the phase of it. So 3 weeks for white, and about 4 to 5 weeks, or maximum 6 weeks for colored laminate special color.
So the Alublas, what you're saying is like it's readily available and you just place the order and they get it within 3 weeks.
No. So we bring the exclusions here. The stock over there at the warehouse in Gujarat will always be available. The white stock is sufficiently available because we are a chain of network. Aluklas fabricators are chain. We have spread across India, and we work closely for the last 41 years. Aluklas is spread to close to over 60 countries. So, and they have 7 manufacturing units. So some of the regularly used exclusions in India are manufactured in India, but the composition, the secret recipe comes from them. Yeah. So they pre-mix and send it here, we exclude it. In some of the sections, we export also, which no other brands else manufacture. So that's the circle of it. So white profiles, majority of the time, they're available in stock. Some special sections take some time because every functionality of a window is different. The requirement is different. And somebody says, I want a thicker glass. So the profile for that is different. So we might not have that in stock. So we place an order, we wait for about 1 week. The shipment comes to us. And then we cut it into the desired shape and sizes. Then we mark.
Not many people know about the maintenance of a window. They just think that once you put it and just wipe the glass and keep it clear, that is fine. They told me like, what is your take on the maintenance part? Like, how do you educate the people?
I always tell this, having a window is as good as buying a car. You don't maintain your car is good to open your house. So maintain your windows on a regular basis. Is to clean the cracks of it or the glass of it once in a month. You get a regular, probably a Sunday activity with your family wash with your mate, whichever is convenient for you. But it is important. And if you tend to hear any sort of screechy noises when you're moving the shutters and all, that means it's behind the service. Because the hardware is something which will get spoiled first. Yeah. The frames, all of it will sustain absolutely fine 25 years with no complaints. The hardware is something which will wear off depending on how harsh you use it or what conditions are you using it. If it is too dusty and you still function your window, the dust pollutant starts accumulating inside the hardware. And that will probably, though it is stainless steel and all of it, it will not rust, but corrosion in some or the other way will happen. So you can't blame the hardware. You have to blame ourselves for not maintaining it. So that's something, basic etiquette in terms of cleaning the windows is at most. And when it comes to UPVC, it's very easy compared to aluminum because the aluminum has more lines in the track and all. You can't even put your fingertip there, clean stuff. I've seen people use toothbrush to clean the tracks very rarely. But in UPVC, you have a wider space. Okay. It's easy to be.
So the final question, okay. So as a business owner, not saying particularly your industry, you have faced some challenges, you have gone ups and downs. So in terms of purely a business owner, if someone wants to start a business, like what do you give them as an advice?
I think first things first, start believing in yourself. The moment you start believing, you can do it. Because I was scared. My initial stage when I took this decision, like I have to step out, do something on my own, I was literally scared. Thanks to my wife, she pushed me. She said, unless you test yourself, you don't know what you are exact or what's your purpose. Thanks to that, I joined. Initially, it was very scary. The reason is, how will I do business without having a network? Okay, that's the most important aspect. What will I do if people don't know me? I can't keep educated. So I join good seminars, attend some networking events. These help you widen up your skills in terms of your personality. The moment you start developing your personality, that is an outcome which you need to look because it will reflect on your business. I was an introvert about 4 years back. I'm still an introvert when it comes to certain scenarios. But once I got exposed to certain skills which is there, lying there in these hard-working forums, I think you can make the best use of it and they will help you. As you see that progress, I think your confidence levels are on the next level. You will start going and randomly giving handshake, introducing yourself, not feel shy about it. You'll be more open to be, having conversations, random conversations, or probably even about today I'm shameless. Go stop my car on the road and approach a builder. It could be even a security guard, or it could be, a site engineer or the client itself. I would stop, go speak to them, take some information, hand out my card, and how I think we've grown. And that's how we think we've retained clients. Be polite. If you're wrong, accept that you're wrong. If they're wrong, just acknowledge that it's okay. Some people might accept it, some people might not. But don't be too harsh and have a debate and ease out on the client because that's important. No matter how things go wrong, they'll still come back to you because they'll need your services after you providing the product for them. Go well with that. And you will see varieties of people and personalities. Have the patience to handle them. Don't think that you are right all the time. Yeah. It's okay to be not okay. Just go with the flow and enjoy your journey. There will definitely be hardships. But don't give up. If you think that you're not working well, that means you're not doing. So think about a lot of other plans, the platforms, YouTube has been a great platform for me to learn things. So anything, certain elements I want to learn, technically or not technically, I don't mind going to YouTube. Okay. There's a lot of information out there on the internet, especially, not particularly YouTube. On the internet, I think you can find everything. That's how it's.
So it was a wonderful, wonderful insight on your business and the industry in general. So, is there some mode of communication that you would like to get in touch with, who is viewing this video? link, our website, our mail, or phone number. We'll put it up so that you get the direct contact. And hopefully you get a lot of business through this video.
Absolutely. I think I'll put that as my success story of after this pod. Let's see. Our website is still under construction. Probably by end of June, I think it should be up and running. Probably that's when I'll give you the website details. But until then, people can start following us on Instagram. I try editing my own videos wherever I walk. I like to take pictures and everything. It's not show off, but I just want to show how effective we are. Wonderful. Thank you for having me here, and thanks for this opportunity. I know it's facing the camera and facing the mic, but I think we had one.
So guys, if you want to get in touch with Harish, we will be putting up the details. Do get in touch with him. I can vouch for him. He's a very good friend of mine and provides quality products and excellent service. So make sure you get in touch with him if you're planning to construct a house or refer your friend. So stay tuned for our upcoming videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our new channel,
The Sandwich Stories.